Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital speculation. Willow planning to murder Chase. General Hospital spoilers claim that if there's one person who would get the job done, it would be Willow Tate. That's because there's a lot of chatter indicating that Willow, who has taken quite the walk on the wild side, could simply get rid of Chase if she wanted to. Is Willow going to murder Chase? A lot of fans have agreed that cousins kissing is hardly the type of danger anybody is asking for on the serial. Chase finding out too much and getting removed by his ex who he's still fascinated with would undoubtedly be a moment that no one saw coming, right? Not only that, but a lot of people think that Willow needs to hide the corpse and a locked-up Drew needs to see everything and see Brooklyn grieving about her missing spouse, so to speak. Of course, the internet surely did have a lot to say about the topic. Some even reacted with, "Willow is becoming the new Heather Weber. I could see her killing Chase, Trina, and Kai. She may even kill Dante. What's next for Willow? Also, I'd prefer if Willow could get help but also keep her edge. The show has long lacked true vixens. Troublemakers, but also aren't utterly deranged murderers." Another fan of the show wrote, "Chase is so dull and is like watching oatmeal harden. I would want Willow to take him out or incapacitate him like Drew." And then there was this comment as well. "I think Willow is still redeemable right now because of her experience with Dawn of Day and the fact that Drew did do a lot of manipulative, controlling things to her. But if she murders Chase or Kai, people who are innocent in this, I don't see how she can come back from that." Clearly, GH fans will simply have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. General Hospital airs weekdays on the ABC network. Check your local listings for times. Watch this space, as we have a hunch there is so much more to come. In the meanwhile, let us know what you think by sending us a message with your opinions below. General Hospital spoilers. Brennan's double emergency. Carly and Jocelyn face Cullum's wrath. General Hospital spoilers imply that Jack Brennan might have a double emergency in his future. Will Carly Spencer and Jocelyn Jacks both suffer Ross Cullum's wrath? Jen Sidwell is Cullum's secret partner. Therefore, everything that's occurring at Windmere is their collaborative effort. Caesar Faison's last project is underway, so Jocelyn's going to keep putting herself at danger to score more answers. Jason Morgan doesn't trust the WSB and doesn't want Jocelyn disclosing her recent revelations to Brennan. However, keeping Brennan out of the loop might prove harmful and costly in the road. In some respects, it appears like Cullum was designed to make Brennan look less scary. Cullum is the actual baddie here along with Sidwell, and will find plenty of ways to show it. Cullum's visit to Carly's residence was undoubtedly unnerving, and so was the evening Matthew, alias Cullum, spent grilling Jocelyn. It's evident that Jocelyn attracted Cullum's interest, so it surely won't be long until he investigates and discovers out her WSB status. Carly might be playing with fire too, since she's desperate to uncover out what's actually occurring below in the tombs at Windmere. No matter how it all plays out, both Jocelyn and Carly are approaching the danger zone. GH writers may be setting the scenario for Brennan to do a heroic stunt or two, especially if both Carly and Jocelyn find up in serious peril at Cullum's hands. In fact, it'd be intriguing to see Jocelyn and Carly be forced into a corner together. If Carly and Jocelyn are caught at some time, they'd be compelled to discuss Joss' WSB job and all the turmoil that's been developing. Whatever the case, Cullum is horrible news and capable of anything. With both Carly and Jocelyn in Cullum's circle now, they might find themselves in need of Brennan's rescue someday down the road. Do you think Brennan might redeem himself by pulling off a dramatic rescue? Will Brennan become Carly and Jocelyn's hero after they inevitably start drowning in Cullum chaos? Carly may have to reconsider her revenge plan if Brennan comes through when it matters. It might stir up Carly's residual feelings for Brennan and let her view him in a different way again. General Hospital spoilers claim Jocelyn and Carly have some crazy twists and turns in their future, so keep with us for updates on all the excitement. GH's Ava buries the hatchet with everyone, except Lucy. Ava astonished Port Charles by granting peace after truce, but showed no restraint when it came to Lucy. General Hospital's Ava has done something lately that would have seemed unimaginable a year ago. She's made peace. Sunny, previously the object of her rage, has settled into a tight but working custody agreement over Avery. Christina and Alexis, who had formerly wrestled with her blackmail and resentment, are also recipients of Ava's end to conflict. Ava has laid down virtually all of her firearms around Port Charles, except for one. Key takeaways: Ava has made peace with Sunny, Christina, and Alexis, choosing cohabitation over strife. Lucy rushed out of Windermere after feeling Sidwell selected Ava, terminating their romance. When Lucy and Ava met paths at the nail shop, Ava angrily tore into her without restraint. While Ava has buried the hatchet with most of Port Charles, her animosity with Lucy remains very much alive. Lucy walked out, and walked into it again. Lucy rushed out of Windermere after telling herself that Sidwell had chosen Ava over her. She left her picnic basket behind, along with what she loudly stated was her relationship. The universe, being cruel and small-town efficient, forced Lucy and Ava back together in the nail salon. Lucy had attempted to relax, while Ava had taken one glance at her and immediately detected the energy. The barbs started flying before the polish dried. Ava didn't simply spar with Lucy, she poured on her. She claimed Sidwell exploited Lucy for leverage on acquiring Windermere, and that Lucy had worn out her welcome by being too much Lucy. It wasn't subtle or controlled. Lucy grumbled, rescheduled her appointment, and departed. But Ava stayed unrestrained. Everyone else got the ceasefire. The difference was obvious. Ava had chosen peace with Sunny, embracing joint parenting over endless war. Their tranquility isn't warm, but it's useful. In Port Charles terms, that counts. With Christina and Alexis, she astonished everyone by giving a way out instead of retaliation. She let go of what she formerly considered residual poison. It just made sense, since unloading years of resentment is beneficial for everyone's health. Even Cody, who had joined her life under questionable pretenses, found himself in a bizarre détente with her. Ava has demonstrated she could pivot and coexist with everyone, just not with Lucy. When Lucy subsequently turned up at Sunny's, requesting him to clean Sidwell's clock, it was evident the hatred hadn't cooled. Ava could have buried the hatchet throughout town, but one blade remains polished and within reach. Could this be the new face of General Hospital's Spencer Cassadine? Here's what Costa D'Angelo says. Many General Hospital fans have been waiting for Spencer to return to Port Charles, since we all know that presumed dead or not, the dead frequently are never, officially, dead on soaps. While there has been no word that the ABC soap plans to bring back Spencer, or his previous portrayer, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, in our recent interview with Adam Huss, who played his father Nicholas, the actor weighed in with soaps that calm on a return for Nick, as well as some unfinished business in Port Charles. So, if Nick goes back into the battle, may Spencer resurface to stir up the drama as well? The internet has been abuzz, and fans have supposedly pinpointed their selection, should Chavez not continue the part if the program intended to bring Spencer back and the actor they want in a recast has heard the buzzing too. Costa D'Angelo recently talked with the TV Cave to discuss about his role as Alex on the Hulu blockbuster series Tell Me Lies. And while there's been no news on Season 4, with the currently concluding Season 3 planned to operate as a series finale, this would allow him up to accept a new career. I have seen it, he told the site, with a smile, in respect to the debate of fans wanting him to take into the role of Spencer. Though he didn't confirm any such casting news, he did express his affection for the General Hospital fans and said, "I see them. So perhaps one day I can make their dreams come true." So, would you be game for Spencer to not only return from the dead, but for the role to be recast by D'Angelo? Maxie wakes up, Lulu crosses lines, and Michael's love life explodes. Maxie's recuperation prompts fresh questions. Lulu's relationship with Nathan draws criticism. Michael experiences mounting strain in his convoluted love life. Each narrative develops today, and every secret promises further consequences. Maxie's recovery raises hope and fear. Maxie has another medical assessment, and her loved ones wait nervously. Felicia presses for information as she concerns about residual threats. Spinelli concentrates on Maxie's emotional stability, knowing the following steps might disrupt her delicate serenity. Their uneasiness deepens as the doctor gives cautious optimism. Felicia and Spinelli then evaluate the hardest question. They must determine if Maxie should discover the truth about Nathan. Her strength appears improved today. Her soul seems lighter. Yet this news might shock her hard. Their choice today may decide whether Maxie keeps mending or spirals again. General Hospital spoilers. Lulu and Nathan's moment sparks Brooklyn's fury. Lulu and Nathan enjoy an unexpectedly personal moment that transforms the day's tone. Their relationship draws attention fast, and the timing is bad. Lulu attempts to downplay it, but the tension stays. Their intimacy causes doubts that neither can ignore anymore. Brooklyn steps in and quickly demands answers. Her wrath develops swiftly as she thinks Maxie's heart may shatter again. Nathan attempts to explain the problem as Lulu tries to quiet the building tempest. The clash exposes feelings that have been simmering for weeks, driving this triangle into perilous area. Britt delivers warnings as Lucas faces harsh reality. Lucas confides in Elizabeth about the unpleasant exchange he overheard. Elizabeth encourages him to leave Windermere before things escalate. She feels the matter is spinning too fast. Lucas understands she is right, and feels worry mounting as he reconsiders every previous contact. Meanwhile, Britt sends her own letter to Marco. She tells him that his partnership with Jens will crumble shortly. Her tone leaves no space for ambiguity. Britt knows the aftermath will be terrible. Marco feels that Britt sees more than she tells, and the threat unsettles him greatly. General Hospital spoilers. Lucy sets a revenge trap for Sidwell. Lucy comes to Sidwell's door with a fresh plot. She pretends to regret stepping out, and appears ready to rectify things. Sidwell buys her abrupt change, unknowing she is building a superb scenario. Lucy covers her rage beneath a tolerant grin. Inside the chamber, Lucy starts crafting her trap. She keeps him chatting and watches his defenses drop. Her calm tone belies a fierce intent. Sidwell feels he has recovered control. Lucy understands she is the one directing this moment toward retribution. Michael tries to save his Valentine's Day. Jacinda confronts Michael about his recent seclusion. She feels misled and pushes him for answers. Michael attempts to defend himself, but Jacinda dismisses hazy answers. Her confidence wavers as she wonders whether she still has a place in his life. Michael strives to rectify the damage fast. He prepares a Valentine's Day date aimed to reassure her. His timing feels urgent. Jacinda is unconvinced, yet she listens. Their future rests on whether Michael can be honest about his decisions and the pressure he bears. Who's the daddy? General Hospital's Portia finally gets an answer and learns the father of her baby is, spoiler, for better or worse. Few things are as frustrating as not knowing. That's something that Portia has had to struggle with on General Hospital as she's fretted over whether the kid she's carrying is Isaiah's or Curtis. As she described it, having a kid with Isaiah would be fantastic for her, but tragic for Trina. And having one with Curtis, well, Trina would be all in, but it's not what Portia would want. We can appreciate why Curtis would be pushing so hard for her to get a DNA test, as having a kid would tie the two together at a time when they'd prefer go their own ways. But going so far as to attempt to find a method to legally compel Portia hasn't exactly helped matters. The good news is, Curtis backed off, and when it counted, Trina stepped up for her mom and swore to be a good big sister. The bad? Well, that depends on who you ask. Because after keeping us hanging overnight, General Hospital finally let us know that Curtis is the father. That could be the biggest shock. Viewers felt for sure that if Curtis was the father, Portia would lie about it. Heck, we even thought the same. But there's no chance she lied about anything, as both Trina and Curtis witnessed the test results. And why would she lie about this? While Trina may be thrilled and Curtis relieved to have an explanation, this is not what Portia wants. Heck, we're fairly sure this isn't what Jordan wants either, since Portia told her that if it occurred, he'd leave Jordan in a second for his new baby. With that stated, we think there's always the potential that the test findings were manipulated somehow. Britt took the samples, but she doesn't have much incentive to modify them. Brad, on the other hand, might want to mess with Portia, but now that Britt's alive again and has her job at the hospital back, would she really endanger everything to assist her bestie do anything illegal? No, for right now, it looks likely that Curtis actually is the father, and things are going to get sticky for them, Isaiah and Jordan. Where do we go from here? She asked Curtis once Trina left them. And that is a wonderful question. They've already started talking out custody and parenting arrangements, but a lot can happen simply in the time it takes for a pregnancy to come full term. GH's Steve Burton celebrated by wife in loving on-set tribute. Steve Burton was hailed by his wife in a touching on-set homage as he prepared for a little vacation from the program. As Jason moved his attention to Anna's current issue on General Hospital, Steve Burton prepared to take a brief vacation from the program. The overlap felt fitting. On screen, Jason shifted into fixer mode, all loyalty and controlled passion. Off-screen, Burton moved back just enough for his wife, Michelle Lundstrom, to pull emphasis in a new way. On social media, she offered a peek of the man between takes rather than the legend in black. And fans caught up on it quickly. Key takeaways as Jason concentrated on Anna's issue. Steve Burton prepared for a temporary break from GH. Michelle Lundstrom provided a poignant Instagram tribute with behind-the-scenes footage from set. The footage shows Burton calm and at home on the Port Charles set, not in full Jason mode. Fans flooded the comments with admiration, affection for the pair, and excitement for Burton's comeback. A proud partner behind the camera, Lundstrom posted on Instagram, "Just over here admiring my incredibly talented husband at one Steve Burton. Watching you shine on stage and in life makes my heart so glad. I'm so proud of you and so grateful I get to be by your side through every season of this beautiful life." Red heart sparkles, alongside the caption. She posted a behind-the-scenes video of Burton on the GH set, soundtracked to Starships. "Nothing's gonna stop us now." The footage showed him walking through the studio corridors, studying his scripts, sharing a hug, and moving easily through the world of Port Charles with the crew around him. It seemed natural, not polished for publicity. Just Burton going across the set, relaxed and at home with familiar Port Charles backgrounds behind him. It hit just as planned. Fans weren't seeing Jason mid-plot twist. They were witnessing Burton between beats, absorbed into the cadence of a performance he had walked for decades. Fans felt the love. The comment area rapidly flooded with affection. A fan remarked, "Such a cute hug, red heart." One follower added, "He is the best." Another viewer simply tweeted, "The GOT on GH red heart." Some leaned into the romance. "Love you two together. Heartsuit." One person shared, while another wrote, "You and Steve have the finest love, heartsuit, heartsuit, heartsuit." A different follower chimed in, "We adore him. We can see how happy he is with you. Therefore we adore you too. Red heart, red heart." Others couldn't resist tying it back to the show. "Isn't he great as Jason? Enjoy your time with him, and we can't wait until he's back on television again, red heart." One fan commented. Another joked, "He has to return this summer. Can't bear another leave of his ha-ha-ha." If Burton's break marked a pause, it didn't read as an ending. It read as a breath. And in that breath, viewers saw something steady, a guy still adored on film, and certainly loved at home. Maxie stuns James, Georgie and Felicia. Curtis paternity proof. Maxie Jones' awakening surprised James West, Georgie Spinelli and Felicia Scorpio, while Curtis Ashford acquired some paternity proof. At GH, Portia Robinson verified that Trina Robinson had the same father as her younger brother. So Curtis checked at the paternity findings himself and was pleased to be the bio dad. Isaiah Gannon was obviously unhappy and excused himself, so it wasn't long until he sought to wash away all his misery in the locker room shower. Curtis and Portia spoke alone about finalizing their divorce and agreed to share custody of the kid. Portia followed up with Isaiah shortly after and got his confirmation that he was still all in on their relationship, even if he was upset about not being the father. As for Curtis and Jordan Ashford, Portia were convinced that reunion would collapse since no one could live up to Curtis' lofty expectations. At Lulu Spencer's apartment, she helped Nathan West deal with a treat situation as he'd promised to supply treats for James' class. That led to Lulu and Nathan discussing their love sentiments again, so they acknowledged they'd opened up to Laura Collins and Nina Reeves. Nathan and Lulu appeared ready to follow their hearts as they touched foreheads in a passionate moment. At Maxie's facility, James put up some Valentine's Day decorations and displayed cards to his unconscious mom. Georgie painted Maxie's nails before James. Georgie and Felicia all took turns conversing with Maxie alone. James was appealing for an ice skating stop as they prepared to depart later when Maxie screamed out, "James Malcolm West," from the doorway. Maxie warned that James wouldn't be skating without a helmet, so James, Georgie and Felicia were pleased to see her awake. At the Quartermain estate, Harrison Chase was in his patrol uniform as it was his first day back on the job. Chase drank tea with Bailey Lou Jones as they were monitoring her more while Maxie was abroad. Chase and Brooklyn Quartermain reflected back to the time they spent parenting Bailey Lou, which is when they were initially becoming in love. Although Chase couldn't wait to have a child with Brooklyn, He assured her that he wasn't pressing her about the adoption. Once Chase departed, Gio, Palmieri played about with Bailey Lou and spoke up to Brooklyn about the problem with Emma Scorpio Drake. Gio thought Emma may relocate back to San Francisco with all this Anna Devane turmoil. But Brooklyn didn't believe there was any cause to worry about that. At the PCPD, Dante Falconeri provided Jordan updates on Anna's psychotic episode and his anxiety about continuing in the police commission job. Jordan delivered a pep talk and advised Dante should make the position his own. Dante later met with Chase before his patrol shift, only to make sure Chase could accept commands from him and that he wouldn't overstep in Michael Corinthos' case. Back with Curtis, he brought Jordan the news that the kid was his and that Portia had already consented to share custody. Despite the complex scenario, Curtis and Portia still sought a romantic connection. Although Trina was pleased for Curtis, she was still trying to digest all the changes and opened out to Ava Jerome. Ava pondered on her own experience with cutting Kiki Jerome out of her life and regretted it once Kiki was gone forever. Ava offered Trina a shove to understand that Portia was a human person who made errors and give her mom the opportunity to prove she'd learned from them. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.